Hey there, everyone. It's Mr. Gaming Guitarist, and today's day 3 for writing down a list of things I'm grateful for. So, day 1, I had to write down 10 things. Day 2 was 20 things. Day 3, big jump up, I have to write 60 things. So, this is what I'm. So, number 1, Black Sabbath. And I'm glad I got to be around for when I finally got to see them live in 2013, and I got to watch their final concert. But the free version, where someone uploaded it on YouTube, and I downloaded it before it got taken down. That back to the beginning stream was just amazing. Anyways, so next we've got Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, Bill Ward, Ozzy Osbourne, the Gibson SG, which is the guitar that Tony plays, because without that, heavy metal as we know it would not exist. Basketball, NBA, Michael Jordan, Nike, Adidas, video games, PlayStation, Xbox, Windows, Microsoft, Apple, iPod. Now this one's kind of more specific, so when it comes to the iPod, I wouldn't be the person that loves rock music the way I love it today, because that when I first started getting into classic rock music, so this was in 2007, I got an iPod Nano for my birthday, and that was the first time I was able to fill it up, paying $15 for an iTunes gift card every time, loading it up on my Windows XP computer, and then having to manually plug in your Apple dock connector. I don't even remember the official name of it, but it was that original one that they used to make. Yeah, without that, I wouldn't be a fan of music the way I am today. So yeah, that's specialty one. So iTunes, that goes along with it. Spotify, for that one, Spotify is the streaming service where I was able to listen to several of the bands and also modern artists that I'm a big fan of today. Uh, People like Paramore and Lana Del Rey and Maggie Rogers, and I can't think anymore off the top of my head. See, I'm trying to stay conscious to not keep bringing stuff up, or not like spend too much time going through, because we got 60 items to get through. All right, so next, Pandora, because Pandora is what I would listen to before Spotify, and because of those radio stations, that's when I became fans of a lot of the metal bands that I like now. That's how, because I would put it on Metallica radio, and then that was my first time really listening to Slayer and Anthrax, like the rest of the big four, and Megadeth, and then I would listen to Testament, and that's how I also started to listen a lot to Pearl Jam and Alice in Chains and Stone Temple Pilots for the first time. So yeah, a lot to thank Pandora for. Jackson guitars. Jackson was my favorite guitar brand, and without that, it never would have led to me knowing about Randy Rhoads, because I learned about Jackson guitars through Randy Rhoads. Speaking of which, that's someone I should put on list down for day 4. Charvel guitars, because Jackson wouldn't exist without Charvel, without Grover Jackson buying Charvel first. Then that started to turn into more guitar-based stuff. Fender, Les Paul, both the actual guitar, but also the Les Paul, the person it's named after, because he invented multi-track recording, and if it wasn't for him doing that, then Eddie Van Halen wouldn't have been able to do all the things that he was able to do on that first album. And so then that led to me writing down the other members: Alex Van Halen, Michael Anthony, Wolfgang Van Halen, David Lee Roth, Sammy Hagar, HSN, because that's where my dad ordered that first guitar. HSN was a I mean, they're still around, but they're famously known for, that's what senior citizens would order from where they just see something that they're presenting on TV and they want to order it. Valve, because Valve made me enjoy using Steam, which in turn led to me discovering how nice PC gaming is. Rockstar Games, because they're my favorite developer of all time. Naughty Dog, my second favorite developer of all time. James Bond, one of the first franchise I was a huge fan. I think James Bond made me love action movies. 37, of course, America. I feel grateful to be an American, be born here. 38, England, because I've never been there. Always wanted to visit, but so many of my favorite bands, they all came from there. Would love to visit. Now, I know I've got lots of viewers that write comments to me and also my live streams who are also from England too. So one day, I would love to visit. Boxes, because without boxes, everything would be just laying around, collecting even more space. Cardboard, because you wouldn't have boxes without them. Television, that's self-explanatory. Wrestling, because I became a massive fan last year, and it was the first time I discovered something new as an adult that I became a massive fan of, since I started becoming a fan since watching WrestleMania 40 last year. 43, tissues, because I go through allergies a lot, and having good quality tissues like Puffs helps a lot. No, I'm not sponsored by Puffs. Speaking of allergies, Claritin, that's the number one thing that helps keep those allergies at bay. Sunglasses, so I don't burn my eyes. Prescription glasses, so I can see. Lens cleaner, so I can clean those glasses. Memory, you can say that for RAM, but also for the memories we have in our brains, because that is what helps me remember the people that I don't have anymore. My dad, my mom. Fuck, I'm starting to get emotional. I'm kind of glad that you can't see my eyes right now. 49, food. Remotes. Bluetooth. Amps. Headphones. Earbuds. CDs. Cassette tapes. Vinyl records. Turntables. Martin Guitars. The oldest guitar company in the world, because so many other guitars were influenced by them. The things that I love, the guitars I love today, probably never would have been made if it wasn't for Martin's gigantic influence. And of course, number 60, family, because I don't have too many of them left, and I just have to be grateful for the ones I still have. So anyways, that is 60. And the way I would write all this stuff down is I'm not thinking too much about it, because overthinking is when I start thinking, are people going to think I'm stupid? But the thing is, I all have a reason to be grateful for every single one of these things. But remember, it's a consistency practice. So this is day 3, where I have to write down 60 things I'm grateful for. But next up is... oh boy, we've got to go get to 80 on day 4. So, yeah, that's the list for day 3.